have a listen how real me answers these curly questions about Indigenous energy healing talk therapy. Okay, be real. Is this energy healing thing actually legit, or is it just a fancy placebo? I did ask for curly questions. So yes, energy healing is a real thing. Energy exists. It's where the things that we call thoughts come from. Before they're thoughts, they're energy. And after they're thoughts, they're often things that we can touch and sense through our 5 physical senses. There are probably a few more, but let's talk about the 5 that we all know about. So the reason why I can do energy healing talk therapy is because I became an empath out of necessity when I was a child through my single parent father being a narcissist, and his mother also, who was given me as an infant to look after, was also quite narcissistic in her behaviour. I don't blame them. They were people who had damage and they didn't know how to fix it. They didn't know how to grieve my mother's death. They didn't know how to cope with us. They did the best they could, I suppose. Anyway, in my generation, I have been called to do one better, which is to heal it all. And I have. I'm left with this empathic skill of being able to read human frequency. It's like seeing around corners when you've got the wall there. So it's sensing a change in the frequency of the person's aura as they are thinking different things. So as they think something, it might go like this because it pings or it slightly triggers, and everyone will have their own way of avoiding that perpetuating into a bigger and bigger and bigger peak in terms of their energy. So I read it when it's a subtle energy, and most people have worked out for those common subtle energy peaks how to distract themselves into thinking something different so they don't have a less subtle but more obvious energy peak which they don't like, a feeling in their body they don't like. So most people avoid the horrible state by doing something, but because I can read the subtle energy before they really even know that it's perhaps going to get bigger, I know there's something going on that may or may not come into actuality, but at least I know it's there. And so I use that to do my talk therapy because it informs me of things that are not obviously out there in people's understanding of what's out there. So I am seeing behind the curtain of the human being, behind their veil, and that helps me to be able to read their subtle energy frequencies, and that's how I can help them with their healing because I understand how it all works. So it's not too woo at all. It really is a real thing. Hi, I'm Joanna Ruth, and this is your doorway to spiritual literacy. Why not come on in and learn some foundations together?